do going forward, I think, this is my opinion, is that we need to make being in public or being in public office so undesirable for somebody who doesn't like to be made accountable. So undesirable such that the only people who get attracted to those offices are people who are open and are willing to account. And that's the biggest problem that we have with corruption. And that's the biggest problem that we have with the police and so on and so forth. Now, one question before I go, and this is a question to the panel. I'd like to understand, we are the children of Kibaki. We came, this generation millennials and Generation Z. We came with a free education, and I said this in my TED talk a few years back that we have had a 360-degree Kenyan experience. Unlike our parents, we have the full consciousness of feeling Kenyan. Many of us don't even speak our mother tongue, or our primary languages are national languages. We have lived everywhere in the country, and we have a full 360-degree Kenyan experience. With also digital media, it has culminated with this consciousness, with political consciousness. Now, the question is, how can we, going forward, manage this movement? We know that part of the reason why we are seeing many changes is also because we have a debt issue. And the cancelling of the financial bill, and also we've seen that Moody's has also downgraded our credit rating, and we will have a problem with money. And usually when there's austerity and a problem with money, the regime might use that as an excuse to bring some sort of social injustice by denying services to the people who are most needy with the excuse that we don't have money, right? And some reforms can be difficult to push through because the president will say we don't have money. So how are we going to continue making the government accountable, but also waking up the debt issue and managing our country through this very difficult situation? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to start with you, but let me start with Hussein because it's just about to drop off. Hussein, could you just give a quick reaction of what you had?
Thanks, Matt. And I apologize because I have to dash out to go to the mosque. But I want to agree with Musila John. I think all of us have to be and to make a resolve to become human rights defenders. I think for many years, we've been out there for many years. You're actually protesting, you're protesting on an issue that affects every citizen. And you actually see people in the pavement just watching what you're doing. That has been the culture, that has been the tradition in Kenya for years. But right now, and we have to give credit where it's due, Gen Zs, it doesn't matter what your background is. Awendu wambiwe, mtetezi tutete. They're saying they are the watetezi. Kila mtu, and we have to give credit to the Gen Zs because they've stood up and they've said we will take back our country. You know, some of us, we've been arrested, we've been beaten, we've been blacklisted, you know, but then people will just come back and tell you, great, you're doing good work, and continue. And like, isn't this your country? So for the Gen Zs, for that change, we give credit where it's due, and we tell you hongera, and let's keep on with that. The second point was on debriefing, my brother, very, very true, particularly for the families. We've really been trying to work with the Kenya, I think, Association of Counselors and Mama Kennedy, particularly, for example, the 12-year-old boy who was killed. He had actually asked to go and pick a book. He was supposed to do his homework. One of, I don't know, if you look at the artwork that he does, and the mother keeps looking, you know, and we have to remind ourselves of what has happened. The 16-year-old, the mother is so devastated. I mean, some of us, tunasema, you know, we are in this, but those families that have been affected, please, if you're near a family, if you're near someone who is injured or who has been affected, please reach out. This is the time for us to stand firmly together. You ask yourself, what can I do? There is so much you can do. Just going to visit someone and telling them, umeumia kwa niaba yetu, asante sana, that can make a whole world of difference. So let's be there for each other. Let's be our brothers and sisters keepers. And last but not least, I think we were in one of the funerals, Boniface Mwangi said, let's replace the pictures of the president with the flag. But I think this addition is extremely important, the Constitution. So the flag and the Constitution is what each and every person should have hanging somewhere in our house, not the president's photo. I mean, you know, and we have LSK here. Could you please confirm to us that it is not illegal to have a picture or the Constitution somewhere in your house or in your business? Is it illegal? It is not illegal. So we make a resolve here today, the Ufungamano resolve, that we remove the picture of the president and we put the picture of the flag and of the Constitution of Kenya, and those shall be what we refer to as symbols of national unity. Thank you very much, and I apologize. If you could release me so that I can go for prayers.
Thank you very much, Hussein, and thank you very much for your comments. A round of applause for Hussein as he leaves the panel, please.